Hey, this is Kristen with Collision Hub, and we are back live on the NACE floor in New Orleans. And now we're going to talk about a topic that doesn't get a whole lot of attention in the estimating and repair world, but one that when it comes up on a car that you're fixing can cost thousands of dollars depending. We're going to touch on wiring harnesses and some wiring repairs and some of the things that you can't do. Now, for those of you that have been watching the website know that I've been using Aeromotive for years. It goes all the way back to the insurance days of writing estimates. Brian Jessica's joined us from Aeromotive. Brian, why don't you tell a little bit about what all Aeromotive does? Because every time I visit with a company, it seems like you've expanded into a new area that you're helping with electrical.
Yeah, well, as a reminder, what we do is electronic components and the harnesses. You know, if the customer needs a connection or a pigtail, we could definitely help them out with that. Another thing that we're expanding on is the whole wire harness itself. You know, as far as the complete assembly, they can send in the harness to us. We always need that core. And another thing we do need a lot of calls we're getting at is collision damage, obviously, and rodent damage, flood damage. Those are the top two things, rodent and flood damage. We're getting a lot of that stuff in.
Yeah, so let's break that down a little bit and kind of go through each of the categories of how you guys can help collision repairs and what ultimately sometimes is the difference between a total loss and a repair. So on a lot of vehicles right now, we've got some connectors around headlights, some ECU type components that are in the front ends, and so your typical front end collision for maybe a wire harness or a connector or a broken piece of plastic on that, I may be looking at a $3,000 headlight, and you guys really come in and offer a solution to a shop for that.
Yeah, and you know, every car has like their hot spots. You know, you got your headlights. You know, certain car makes has you know, they put certain components in certain places, and if they can't get it from the dealership or anywhere else, that's where we come in. We kind of targeted those hot spots and hard to reach connectors and things like that, where they might not just need a plastic covering. We can get them, you know, they would have to buy the whole harness, but we can help them out and get them that.
Right now, a great example of that for me, and you tell me if there's another one, but I can remember the Nissan Maxima and the Altima were that way. For just a cover of the clip,
yeah.
I was looking at a whole headlight assembly where you guys were able to step in and help me out on those.
Yeah, and it's actually, I got it up here, and it's just a small little plastic piece. They, just for this little thing, they got to get a whole harness. So we can help them out with that. The whole connection is with the lever, the housing, and the back shell. And they can use whatever they need and get the car back on the road, and you know, and they don't have to remove the harness. That's a big issue too.
Right, because if I'm looking at the harness, I'm going to end up with hours on the estimate, tons of hours at a labor rate and a mechanical rate, and that's what's driving that estimate up and making that car difference between repair and total. And it's frustrating to see a car with a little bit of damage, relatively speaking, go out my door non-repairable when there's a solution there to make that happen.
Yeah, and you know, if they do run into a situation where the harness is beyond repair or anything, like I was saying, we expanded our reconditioning system, and if the harness is obsolete, back order, you can't just get it from the OEM anymore, which is happening a lot. Even though the car is new, 2011, a lot of these harnesses still aren't available through the manufacturer. So once again, that's where we'd like to help out. They could send in the harness to us, and we got a reconditioning system for that.
Let's dive in a little bit, because right now we're at that time of the year where we're going to have a lot more rodent nesting problems that are going to start as we get a little colder, and you go out the next morning and realize that your car just became the feasting ground for a pack of squirrels. But really what a shop can do is work with you guys, send their existing damaged harness and components into your shop. You guys are going to rework that and send them back one, or you may send them one and keep their core?
Yeah, both. We do manufacturing, reconditioning. We also have an inventory. So, I mean, if we got something on a shelf for them, we'll send it out. We match it up. We'll send it back out to them. Or if we don't, we can recondition their harness or manufacture them a new one. Whatever will give us the best cost efficiency and turnaround time. And yeah, as all the animals, you know, it's getting winter time, so they're getting cold, so they nestle in weird spots. So
they do seem to love those cars. Now, I know a lot of shops out there are probably thinking, well, that sounds great. I know I'd like to save more cars. I'd like to fix more. What's the average time investment in something like that? So if I'm going to send you a harness to recondition, or you're going to send me a replacement, what can a shop look at and turn around?
Yeah, I mean, it varies, but 9 out of 10 times, we like to keep that in about 2 to 5 business days.
Oh, that's a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great turnaround time.
Yeah.
So is there a way, like a catalog or a system on your website where shops can go and get, A, more information about what you do, and 2, more about the products and services that you offer?
Yeah, our website's aeromotive.us, and they could go on there. They could actually read about the site. We have training videos and information on there. And they can also even just they could directly place an order there if they just need a connector or something. And so they don't even have to call us. We'll call them with price and availability and all that.
Well, I strongly encourage that you go out there and get more information about Aeromotive and the services that they have for your shop. I know every time I'd go work with a shop and share the information about your company, I was so surprised over and over when I'd hear shops tell me, oh, they had never heard of that. And the ability to save a car for what should be a plastic clip and not have to buy that $2,000 and $3,000 HID headlight or whatever that connector and that harness component is the difference between repair and a total, and we know that we like to fix cars. So go by and visit the Aeromotive website for more information. If you want more information from me about them, feel free to contact me on the website. I love talking about Aeromotive and what Carl and the team over there have done. Stay tuned. We'll be back live on the NACE floor with some more training. We're going to get over and visit some booths of some of the vendors here, talk about the new products and some of the new tools that we've seen on the floor, and I still haven't picked my best new product of the show. Thanks.
Go down when you go downtown. You spin my head right round when you go downtown. Walk out the house with my swagger, hop in there with yo, I got places to go. People just see time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control.